happening both in median and mean. They're accelerating now. In fact, if we go from the trough to today, in median, in nominal dollars, we've had 4.78% annual growth rate for the average home. The median's about the same. Okay? That's a lot. That's healthy growth. But it doesn't tell the whole story, because it's only looking at 2 points of that distribution, the median and the mean. We really want to look at, I think, something a little more telling, which is look at the whole distribution. So we've done it. So what we have done, and my graduate student Sean Brunson did this in probably about 45 different ways that I asked him to do this. But what we have done is we've taken the entire distribution of home sales and we've created a histogram. So we've bucketed it into $10,000 increments. And then what we've done is we've shown the frequency of each increment. So in 2005, we had this distribution. There's a few things I want to point out about it. First of all, it's not symmetrical, right? We kind of tend to think, anytime you think of a distribution, you think of a normal distribution, so that smooth bell curve. This does not exhibit that property. This is much more like a log normal distribution. What that means is that all these numbers way out here, even though there aren't a lot of them, this, by the way, is 600,000 or so, it tends to pull the average far to the right. Okay? And the median is going to be halfway in this distribution, which is going to be, at this point in time, right about here. But what's actually, I think, most interesting is to look at the bucket that occurs most frequently. So that's kind of like you said, I chose a random home, just throw a dart at a board, random home, which bucket is it most likely to wind up in? And that's the most peaked one. That's the one where you have the most occurrences. I've labeled that green because I want you to be able to keep your eye on it. In 2005, by the way, statistically, it's called the mode. Remember back in the stats classes, median mode? Yeah, I forgot what that was too. But it's the mode. So we've got 130,000 is the most peak point of this distribution in 2005. Let's walk it forward every year. 2006, we're at the peak of the boom. And all you see happening, right, is a little bit of more stuff happening on the right. 2007 comes along. Okay, home sales start to fall. We're starting to enter the recession. 2008, it's a rough time. Okay, it's a rough time. It's going to get worse. 2009, 10, 11. Now, I want you to notice something. That green line, it has not moved. It's still 130,000, that's the mode. Look at what has happened to the left of that mode, right? You see a lot of homes, well, a large percentage of homes, selling to the left of 130,000. 2012, starting to get a little rebound. Starting to see some growth. 2013. 2014, we're almost looking like that distribution in 2005. Right, so at least a lot more peaked again. Look at that mode. 130,000. Hasn't changed. From 2005 through the entire recession, into the recovery in 2014, the mode house price was in the 130,000 range. Nothing has changed. Now watch. 2015, shift to the right for the first time. 2016. 2017. And finally, 2018. Now, I drew a red line at 130,000. So the green line is still the mode. 130,000 still was the mode in 2014. It's 190,000 in 2018. You're talking about a $50,000 difference, $60,000 difference in 4 years. That's a big change. Okay? That's distributionally a big change. By the way, we did not put the several hundred a year homes in the $1 million range just because it made the graph hard to see. It didn't change anything at all. So Here's the most amazing statistic to me. Remember I said $150,000 was the median home price in 2005? I don't know about you, but for me, I always kind of thought of 150,000 as a starter home. Seemed about right. Frankly, it was aspirational for me when I actually did buy my first starter home in the 90s, but in every year prior to 2014, at least for data we have going back to 2005, 35% or more of homes that sold for $150,000 or less. 2018, Met County, 13%. Department of Commerce. And they give us median income for a whole bunch of professions. We probably put 15 or 20 of them in the report. Let me just look at a few of them here. The sort of the lowest one we went with was a hairdresser. Median income was $22,900. That's about 50% more than minimum wage. That person could, in 2018, given interest rates and all the other things you have to pay, afford a home of $43,966 and not be cost burdened. That's 0.2% of distribution. That's that black line. That's what they can buy. Okay? They're not buying homes. They're in the rental market. We probably won't find that shocking. Let's look at some other things. So let's look at a firefighter. Now, most of us think of a firefighter as a permanent career job, right? It's a civil servant job, and it's certainly one we assume lets you have a decent quality of life. Median income, now I will say this is a state median, so for 5 years experience, by the way. It's higher in that county, I know that, because there's some supplements that urban areas get, but this still gives you a pretty good idea of where we're talking. Affordable house, $78,660, 3% of homes sold. Very hard. Go to the next. Teacher or police officer. They both, median income, that's elementary school teacher. Median income was within $100 or so of each other, so about $42,000. Affordable home, $122,000. Lets you have about 8% of the distribution of homes. So again, these are jobs that you think of as career, long-term professional jobs. We expect people in those sorts of jobs to be able to live in housing that's permanent housing. They can live in permanent housing, it's going to be permanent rental housing to a large degree. Now, if we go up a little bit more, librarians, $50,000, lets them get about 17% of the income, or of the homes. Registered nurse, $58,000, lets them get to 30%. Go to an accountant, some of my best friends are accountants. They get about 215,000 of homes, about 40% of affordable homes. Go up to a civil engineer as opposed to an uncivil engineer. Pleasant engineer, I like to think. So 72,000 median income, affordable home up to about 240,000. Put this in here because that gets you to about 50%. Then buy the median home. So basically, to be a civil engineer, you need a master's degree to buy the median home, and pretty high tech. Just because I was getting depressed, I said, well, what does it take to get really out there? We need to be a pharmacist. They get paid median income about $124,000. That gets you about 87% of the thing. Now, of course, the thing is, the reality is, many of us, especially if you're relatively young, would buy more than that. You take the cost burdening under the theory that for a few years you'll be cost burdened, but your salary will go up over time. So we know people will actually buy more when they're younger. They'll take that cost burden on. But it's clear there are groups of people that we have traditionally thought of as being middle class who are getting priced out of the home ownership market right now. And that's a supply issue. Because again, if you roll these numbers back to 2005, you'll find they got much higher percentage of the total distribution.